Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I've done a Q&A on my channel, and I feel like so much has kind of been going on in my life recently. There's so many big changes happening and such, so I feel like doing a Q&A at this point is very necessary. I have been posting on YouTube again, which is so exciting, but I do feel recently my content is heavily focused on vlogs, and I kind of feel like through vlogging it's kind of hard for me to give you guys like a big update on just everything all at once. So that is why we are going to do a little Q&A today, and I'm going to answer all of the questions that you guys have. So let's go ahead and get into it. I gotta get this question out of the way first because it seems to be the question that everyone is literally asking. So for those of you who did not see on my Instagram story, I had posted a like ask me questions picture, and I was wearing like this black top and these low-waisted jeans, and everyone is freaking out asking me where my jeans are from. So just to go ahead and get that out of the way for all of you guys who want to know, my jeans are from PacSun. Recently, I have been so into low-waisted pants, which is so crazy because for a long time, like, I was a high-waisted girl, and I don't know why, because now that I've gotten into like low-waisted, I just think it looks so much more flattering on my body. Like, I can't believe I avoided low-waisted clothes for so long, but it is kind of a struggle to find like the right pair of pants that are low-waisted. I've noticed that that is like very hard because I feel like a lot of jean styles today are more so high-waisted than low-waisted, but fortunately, PacSun does have a good variety of low-waisted jeans. I now have 2 pairs from there. I have like a medium wash, like baggier type, and then the light wash that you guys saw in my Instagram post. So PacSun is definitely a good place for jeans like that. I would also say that Brandy Melville is a good place for low-waisted pants. I have a lot of like low-waisted cargos, like low-waisted pajama pants, some like smaller mini skirts that are low-waisted and stuff like that. So definitely the 2 places that I've been finding really good low-waisted clothes from are PacSun and Brandy Melville. If you guys have any other suggestions, please let me know in the comments below because I'm entering a new era. So since we're already talking about this, I might as well answer this question as well. So many people have been asking me like, where do you shop? Like, where do you get most of your clothes from? And I would say it's like a big variety. It does switch up a lot of the time, but currently I would say a lot of the clothes I wear on a daily basis are from Brandy Melville, I would say. I don't know why, but I just enjoy their clothes so much. I love that everything is 100% cotton. I think that is a great characteristic of their stuff. And also, I love how just simplistic looking and like great quality everything is, because you can genuinely style it in like a million different ways. The top that I'm literally wearing right now is from Brandy Melville. It's just a plain like basic off the shoulder shirt, honestly, and like I could wear this a million times if I wanted to. But they genuinely have such cute like graphic tees. I love their zip-up hoodies. I've recently been getting so many guys onto Brandy Melville zip-up hoodies because they were genuinely just that great. And really, Brandy Melville is not that expensive either. Like, I think it's like $16 for a tank top, which seems crazy, but like go to Abercrombie and it's probably like $45. So that's why I love Brandy Melville. But again, like PacSun, I definitely go to PacSun here and there. I just love their pants. I think H&M is another good one, but thrifting is where it's at. I just went thrifting yesterday and I literally got some of the cutest stuff ever, but I have some tips because I feel like a lot of people are so against thrifting, but you kind of have to go into it with the mentality that like anything that you pick out can literally be altered into a completely different thing. Like yesterday when my friend and I went, I tried on these jeans and they were too big, but I was like, these are so cute and I love them. So guess what I did? I sewed them so they would fit me. And then it was kind of also like we picked out these like long sleeve, like bigger, like normal shirts, and then we cut the neck, we cropped them, and now they're like super cute and trendy. So kind of when it comes to thrifting, you just pick out anything that you can literally have a vision with, and then you cut it up, you sew it up, you tie it, you do all kinds of crazy stuff with it, and it turns into like a top that literally no one on this planet has because you practically made it. So yeah, that is my advice, and that answers the question on where I get most of my clothes. Unfortunately, because I do get a lot of my clothes thrifting, I can't really tell you where it's from, but this is me encouraging you to go thrifting because it's genuinely such a fun and amazing process. This one is going to be the biggest question of this video. So many people keep asking me this and I have been silent about it. I haven't really given any opinions or anything like that, but everyone is wondering, why are you selling your house? How do you feel about your parents selling your house? Like, there's just so many questions about it, and I've yet to share my opinions. To give my personal opinion, and I'm saying my personal opinion because I don't want it to sound like I'm like discounting like my parents' feelings or their choices or their decisions or anything they decide to do with their house. I'm just genuinely giving my opinion on the matter. So I honestly have been like negotiating with my parents a little bit recently. I've been trying to convince them not to sell my house, and my reasoning kind of behind that is I just don't think it's the right time. Like, I don't know, I definitely think we could stay here for like 2 to 3 more years. I think just in the grand scheme of my entire family, I think it would just work best for everyone if we waited a little bit longer. And like my personal reason for saying that is like me and Chase still live at home. Like obviously I have cats and stuff, so it's like when my parents do go to buy another house, like they have to purchase a house with an upstairs because my cats and dogs cannot interact with each other. And it's kind of almost like at that point, like my parents would be buying a house that fits my needs, and then it's like, you know, I'm 19 years old, I may be moving out and getting my own place in the next couple of years, so then it's kind of like they're left behind with this house with an upstairs that they don't want to take care of. Like, it's very ideal for them to want like a ranch styled house, like a 1-story house, and like they're gonna go purchase this house with an upstairs simply because of me. And in ways that makes me feel like I'm kind of complied to stay there for quite some time, you know, which is unfortunate because it's kind of like whatever works best for me in the moment, like I would like to choose to do. Like if in a year I decide I want to move out, like I don't want to feel like guilty, like, oh my gosh, like my parents bought this new house with this upstairs like for me to fit my needs, because then I don't know, I feel like it kind of like holds me back in a way. And then like also at the same time, Chase has kind of expressed that like if we're moving out of this house, he's just gonna go get his own place. That isn't exactly what he wants, but it's kind of just like, you know, if we're moving, like he might as well only have to move once, you know? So it's kind of just like, I personally think it would be best if we just waited. Like in 2 years, I'll have my bachelor's degree. Hopefully I'll get a job pretty fresh out of college, and then, you know, I'll be making a pretty stable income. Like I should be able to get my own place. So it would just be nice if we could utilize this place for a little bit longer. I think it would fit everyone's plans perfectly. And then, you know, in 2 to 3 years when I'm moving out on my own, my parents can go do whatever they want. They can go buy whatever type of house they want. They don't even have to stick around in this area. Like they could genuinely go do whatever they wanted to, because I also feel like it's a big thing. Like my parents are purchasing this house and I'm like, can we stay around here? Like my friends are here, like my life is here, my school's around here, like everything that has to do with me is in this area. Like if we move an hour away, like it's gonna be life-changing for me and I'm not gonna like it, and then I'll never be home, and you know, there's just honestly so many factors to it. So it has been up in discussion that I do not approve of selling this house. I mean, obviously nothing is up to me personally, but all I can do is pray that the house doesn't sell. So yeah, that's my opinions on it. So truthfully, no, I do not want this house to sell. I don't think it should, but again, my opinion does not matter. The next question is, what is your reaction about turning 20 this year? So I think turning 20 is very exciting. That means I will no longer be a teenager, which is a crazy feeling. But honestly, like, it really does not affect me that much. I think I'm not like excited about it. I'm not exactly like sad about it. Like, I really am very mutual about the matter. Like, I really don't care. I would be more excited if I was turning 21, and that does not have to do with like, oh my gosh, like I can go to a bar and I can drink alcohol now. Like, it's not that. I feel like it's just the restriction of it that really bothers me. And me and Josie kind of had this conversation the other day. Like, I think being the ages 18, 19, and 20 are the most frustrating ages in existence, because it's like you turn 18, you get told you're an adult, you have all this freedom, all this responsibility, but like you still technically don't get treated like an adult by anyone. And it's like, you're technically not like legal. Like, you do not have legal freedom to technically do everything that is legal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that really the only difference about turning 21 is that you can like drink, but I just feel like genuinely when you turn 21 is when people really start to look at you like you're an adult. So I just think it's frustrating being in those middle ages there. I hate being 19 years old because I feel like I'm expected to be an adult, but I still get treated like a child. So it's just unfortunate. Like, I think 20 is a great age and I'm excited to turn it, but I'd rather be turning like 21 or 22. I just think it would be that much better, but As long as we're getting closer, then I guess it's fine. So time to answer this question. I'm going to make it very quick because it's summer. I don't really care to talk about school too much, but there has been a little bit of a change in my plans, so I would like to discuss that with you guys. So someone said, how has college been so far? Any changes in your major? And what are you majoring in again? Okay, so currently, technically I would say I'm a junior in college because I completed my freshman and sophomore years of college so far, and I would say that those both went pretty smoothly. I got all A's except one time I got a B, which is unfortunate. But for the most part, college has been completely fine. I have not had any struggles or anything like that. I feel like I'm getting through it pretty good, which is a great feeling. I am majoring in criminal justice, but the change that has kind of been made to my plan is in 2 years, as you guys know, I will be graduating with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. But I actually decided I'm going to go back to school for 2 more years and get a little degree in psychology as well. Just because I feel like I'm starting to kind of recognize I have a little bit more love for the psychology field, but I still love criminal justice, so it's kind of like, why not do them both? And I don't know, I feel like I could find a really cool job that incorporates both of them together. So that is kind of my new plan. I mean, things might change again, but that is the goal. These questions kind of interact as well, so I'll go ahead and answer both of them. Do you have any health updates, and how has your journey with therapy been so far? So to talk about therapy, I think I've gone to like 9 or 10 sessions so far, and I do love therapy. I think it has been great. I will say the one thing I figured out about myself in therapy is like, I was kind of like heavily focusing on like these 1 or 2 problems in my life, and then you start talking about them and you're like, whoa, what's the reason that I feel this way? And then you realize there's like all these random things that are scattered around that have happened throughout your life that have had such a big effect on you that you've just chose to like never focus on. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like the first 5 or 6 sessions I literally talked about things in therapy that I did not even intend to go there for, but it was like so healing. And I just feel like in so many ways like I have healed some past trauma and stuff like that. So therapy has been good in that aspect. I'm currently starting to focus on kind of the anxiety and the eating issues and all of that, and I don't know if I've really felt successful in that aspect quite yet. So that is unfortunate, but that is also another health update to give you guys. So honestly, there really is no health update because I haven't really made any progress. I would say if anything, things have gotten worse as far as anxiety and eating and all of that, but I'm actively working on it, so that's the best update that I can give you guys. But therapy is great. I would recommend it if you're thinking about doing it. I've had a lot of girls DM me and say they want to go to therapy, but they're really afraid. I was afraid too, and then I walked up in there and within like 10 minutes I was crying in front of a stranger, and I was like, wow, this actually feels very good that I can get like an unbiased opinion about everything that I'm going through and get some advice and learn how to kind of deal with it on my own, even if someone else is there. Like, therapy is good. I would recommend. Don't be afraid of it. A lot of people say it doesn't work, but have they been to therapy? No. A lot of people keep asking me about music. I got a DM from this girl. She was very upset that I took one of my super big playlists off of Spotify, but I had explained to her that a lot of my playlists are like getting worked on right now. Every once in a while I like to just change them up, like change the name, change the songs in them and stuff. So my whole Spotify is under construction right now, but just to let you guys know, there will be a playlist video coming soon. I keep trying to like get my friends together so we can like jam out in the car and show you guys the type of music we listen to and stuff, but stay tuned because my Spotify will have new playlists and stuff coming soon, so beware for that. When do you plan on stopping YouTube? That's the craziest question. I think the best answer that I could probably give, because I truthfully don't know the future, is I could imagine like when I'm graduated from college and I kind of finally have like my stable like big girl job basically, I feel like I would definitely maybe stop doing YouTube then, or if not then, it would probably be by the time I'm like, hey, like I'm getting married in a year, I'm about to have a kid, like around that time. So I mean, it really depends on when my big milestones happen. Like, I don't know, I feel like when my life has like that drastic change of like all right, this is your new life, I feel like up until that point, I will probably keep doing YouTube. So for your guys' sake, let's hope I don't get another job, I don't get married, and I don't get pregnant. This is so cute. Whenever I post these little question things on Instagram, I get so many questions from like my friends. Like I literally got one that says, answer my text. I got one from my friend Alicia who lives in South Carolina. She said, when you gonna come visit me? Like it's just so cute to see them like interacting with like my little job and stuff. Okay, so the next question is, how do you get over someone? And I kind of want to start out by saying, change your mentality kind of. Like don't exactly focus so heavily on like, how can I get over this person? Like you kind of got to focus more on like, how can I heal from like what I went through being with this person? I hope that makes sense. Truthfully, you're not just gonna get over this person overnight. There's no advice that I could give you like, you need to go home and you need to do this, and by tomorrow morning like you'll be perfectly fine. That is not going to happen. So that's why you need to focus more on kind of like, how can you internally and like individually heal from the experience that you went through. And I feel like kind of what helped me most with that when I did go through a breakup a couple months ago is kind of just like, I moped around for a while and then I kind of stood up and I was like, all right, like I am going to continue to feel this emptiness and this sadness for a long time. Like I know that I'm going to carry this with me. So it's like, do I want to sit here and focus on that? Or do I want to, you know, change the route of my life and find ways to kind of distract from that and make that aspect of my life feel less? So it was kind of just like, I found new activities. Like I started going fishing with my friends, and that's like so off-brand for me, I feel, but I go fishing with my friends, I go fishing with my brother. Like I just found so many like fun activities to like fuel my happiness basically. And I started to teach myself like, you can be alone and you can be happy alone. And I just got up every day and I was like, you know what, what's the plan today? I'm happy to live. I'm happy to have the opportunity to do something. And you know, it does feel good for a moment to kind of know that you're the only person that you have to focus on. Like you're only responsible for your happiness, nobody else is. So it's kind of like, look at that as a reward instead of like a failure. And I don't know, once you just change your mentality about everything, like your own happiness, your life, and how you look at your past relationship, it will genuinely change your life. And you just gotta find little ways to make yourself happier each day. And I feel like the biggest thing is people always are like, oh, just find things that make you happy and blah, blah, blah. I will be the one to tell you that you are going to have days that suck so badly. Like you're gonna lay in bed and you're gonna be like, what is the point of life? Like, I don't get this. Like I'm so sad and I feel worthless. I feel unloved. Like trust me, I've gone through all of it, but like here I am today and I feel so much better. Like it's just a small bump in the road, and you will realize that very soon that it's a lot easier to get through than you think. But when you're going through it, it really sucks. But once you get through it, it feels so good and you'll be so proud of yourself. But you really just gotta push through. That's the best thing. And focus more on yourself and not the other person. Like you don't need to focus on, oh, I need to get over this person. Focus on like, I just